I don't imagine you guys need a recap because we're in mid-fight.
Yep.
All right, I'll put on the combat music. You guys should be on the map.
I just killed in Constantine. I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to get manhandled like a motherfucker, but I'm happy with it.
Either way, it's Nefertiti's turn. Yeah, that'd be Coke.
Yep. All right. I'm trying to remember.
Glade.
On the retreat, I think.
Yeah, Glade's in your zone.
Oh,
He
Glade,
had just finished
Glade.
messing up the werewolf, and then came over there, and you had a zombie go at him.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to. I had a plan, and now I can't remember it. It's that's a playground. Oh, I'm going to use my spell to touch my zombie here.
Oh yeah, your miracle. Yeah, that's not even a roll. That's just something you can do as an action.
And teleport to another undead.
In long range. So that would be...
And how far is that?
Two zones away.
So up to here. So if you're looking for this one, that's a little too far out.
Yeah, you could.
You'd have to move. You'd have to move you and your zombie over or something. I'm not sure if you can do that.
Yeah, but the zombie's on a separate turn. You could make it to Dracula if you wanted to, though.
Where's Dracula? That's who I was looking for.
He's in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll
port over to Dracula. And then move. Because can I still move after that?
Yeah, you still have your movement because that was your action.
All right, I'm going to move over here.
Excellent. And you're still sending your...
Well, no, that's dumb. Can I retcon that and move to right there?
Also, I think it's difficult terrain in the center anyway. Can you actually move from there?
That is right. You can't.
Oh, yeah, we're flooded.
Because you're flooded, not without dropping
Double
your
move.
skeletons.
I can because I'm a Frankie Centaur motherfucker.
Yeah. You could drop your skeletons so you have a point of metal to spend to move, but then your skeletons would crumble.
No, I'm good where we are.
All right. One of Wolfman's night creatures.
All right. So he's fast. Does it still take his full movement to leave a swampy square?
I think it's just a movement, wouldn't it be? Because I don't know how
he would essentially be able to take his full move to then just move to an adjacent zone.
Okay.
You still have one action, so you could double move to get him somewhere, and then keep in mind this building is on fire for one more round, so he will take 1 point of damage from entering.
Good call.
Which it has done minor damage to the shrine in there. You guys should see the little health bars of these shrines here.
Yep.
They got 10 health, so it's only taken 1 point of damage, so it's not in the danger zone. But if one of them breaks, your ritual is foiled.
Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'll move there and end the turn there.
Okay. Now it is Ellie's turn. She is currently grappled by Gilman. The restrained condition, according to this, cannot move, and melee accuracy and defense are decreased by 1 step. But she could still otherwise act normally. So Stan Reyes, who's currently cornered by Frankenstein's monster, cries out and goes, Ellie, a little help here. And she goes, 1 second, and she reaches behind her back and she pulls out one of those like single shot tube grenade launchers.
Oh shit.
And she's like, it's just like the fucking haunted hotel all over again. Yeah, because Sigourney Weaver was in that movie too.
Mm-hmm.
She then braces it on Gilman's shoulder, and then she fires a grenade into this zone here.
Which zone?
The
The one
Wolfman
with
and Frankie zone.
Yep. So how blast weapons work is there's no attack roll, but they just do a flat amount of damage.
So
3
Wolfman's in
damage.
trouble.
3 damage to everyone, incorporating your armor. She has an ability that lets her exclude, I believe it's 2 people from the blast radius. So, 1 person. So Stan doesn't take any damage from this. Explosive expert there. So
You said 3 damage reduced by
3
armor?
damage, and then you take into account armor.
How do I?
I was gonna get to that. So
Okay.
you're currently mortally wounded, and your last wound was a deadly wound. What is the number of your highest attribute?
3.
3. Okay. So, unless you spend a point of doom to make yourself no longer mortally wounded, this will instantly kill you.
I would like to spend the point of doom.
Okay. So that means that you will no longer be mortally wounded. Then you'll take 3 damage, and you'll go back to being mortally wounded, but your last wound will be a severe wound. So your death save will be 4-2 instead.
It says my last wound was serious already.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, then you don't have to spend a point of doom because you won't die. Instead, it'll increase your death save to
Deadly?
4-3. Yeah, increase it to deadly. So that basically means
sorry. Yeah, it says last wound taken was serious.
serious.
So-
Okay, so that's the middle one.
Yeah.
All right. So how it works is we'll address it on your turn, but basically, if you on your death save, if every single die is not a success, then you will die. So we'll address that when your turn comes around. But for
Okay.
now, just keep it in mind. It's difficulty 3.
Mhm.
But anyway, oh yeah, I also forgot she takes 1 point of damage from the swamp zone. She has no armor, so it doesn't absorb it. She will then spend 1 point of metal that she has to pull out her pistol, and thematically she's like waving it around and trying to fire it to get it into Gilman's face, but mechanically she's performing what's called the help action to give a bonus to the next person who's going to melee attack Gilman. She says, Glade, anytime now. And now it's Glade's turn. And he is going to vault over this house, and he is going to charge Gilman.
Can he charge through difficult terrain?
He's got a speed of fast.
Oh,
Someone's bad at that. Is that Michael again?
I think so. He muted and it stopped.
Moving into the zone doesn't take any additional movement out of it does.
Oh yeah, since he's fast, he can just go because this
Yep.
is one zone, and then
So this will be a katana attack against Gilman here. He is going to be getting a +1 additional die for his charge. And Ellie is giving him a +1 plus her ballistic skill training because she took the help action. So he is going to be getting a total of 4 bonus dice to this attack roll. What is Gilman's defense?
Yeah, your mic's janked up, man.
yeah, Michael, your microphone is all static. I can't hear a single thing coming out of it.
Yeah, I'll just look at
I'm afraid Gilman's underwater.
I'll just look at his sheet real quick. It is good. Okay, so he is looking for 3s then. Because his attack is great. Okay, and he can make 2 of those successes into successes, so that is 7 points of damage total against Gilman.
Jeez, Glade's gonna single-handedly kill us all.
Gilman does have
Is that any
2
better?
armor. He does have 2 armor, so that would be
5 damage.
5
to
damage
toughen.
total. So he's not even out of his toughness range yet.
Is that any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Way better.
Way.
Yeah, I can't tell if maybe you guys can tell me. I can't tell if it's a microphone issue or if it's an internet issue because I'm also going in and out on the internet.
I don't know. It's sounding perfect now, so I'm not sure what you did differently. So.
I mean, it might be both, because, I mean, you're fine now, but you were roboting before the call.
Yeah, but I'm messing around with the mic, so it's
Yeah.
probably it might be probably on the mic.
It just went robotic again for a second there, but it
Mm.
went back to normal towards the end of the sentence.
Yeah, so does it sound like
Yeah,
robot-y, like it's the internet, or like staticky,
No,
like it's the microphone?
It's static, like foam on a TV.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this last second was just robot, so that probably was just the internet.
Okay. I was trying to say, Gilman is not on the turn order. Did we redo the turn order for?
Nope, he's here, just below Stan Race.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah, he has a
You got
2.
a 2.
Oh, there he is.
We ended it right after basically my turn and your turn.
Oh, if I just mouse scroll on the turn order, I'm in the perfect spot that like I can't see myself on the up or the down scroll. I have to manually slide it down. All right, cool.
All right.
So what's up? What happened?
You take
As I
5
fix my
damage.
mic.
Take 5 damage. We already factored out
Okay.
your armor for you. Which
So you
also
should have 3 of your green bar left.
yes. So once you do that, there's one other thing we need to resolve before. Okay, cool. So I don't want to forget this time. Gilman does have the talent Stand and Fire, so anytime anyone enters his zone once per round, he can make a noxious vomit attack. And Glade's charge does count. So if you'd like to make one of those, Michael.
He's gonna get the spit.
Because he's charged, his defense is 1 less. So that's not right. Hold on. Let me read. Sorry, there's a flaw in how I did the sheet. His defense is definitely not poor. I think it's good. Let me look at
I
the
think it's poor.
calculation in the sheet because it should be 1 step lesser, man.
Looks like it's all coming up poor.
Oh, come on, sheet.
I mean, it makes sense. You say Wesley Snipes, and I just think weak.
Here we go. Defense. Defense is body plus reflexes. Seven. Yeah, okay. So it is normally great defense, but he charged, so it's 1 lower. So his defense is good, and your accuracy is average, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that means your attack will be looking to be difficulty 5. Wow. That is some good rolling there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and it destroys some of his armor too, which is nice.
Yeah, it destroys all of his armor, in fact.
Get fucked, Glade.
Well, yeah, Rend for every 6, and you roll 3 6s today.
You don't mess with.
No more.
Now, how Rend works
fuck-
is that the armor damage is resolved at the end of the attack, so his 2 armor will still factor in for that 5 damage, but then after this, he won't have any more.
You
So
don't mess with the creature from the motherfucking Black Lagoon.
So he takes 3 damage, and if I remember correctly, your Noxious Vomit has another effect if you look at your talents.
Yes, he's gonna be noxized. I think that's the medical term for it.
That checks out. Makes a 4/3 body fortitude. He has no fortitude skill, so it's just body. So he needs 3 successes here.
0.
He fails. So he is poisoned until your next turn, or end of your next turn. Poisoned. I'll just quickly put the conditions around myself. What poisoned does? Reduce dice pool by 1 for all tests. Cool. All right. Let me check here because I believe he still has 1 point of metal. He does, so he is going to then do an extra attack to perform a Fangs attack here against you. This is no longer with the charging bonuses.
Oh, fuck.
Very good. So that is going to be 6 points of damage there.
Reduce
Minus
by his armor by 2. Right.
spider armor by 2. He gains 2 hit points because he heals from it like Dracula does. Vampire.
So that brings me to
-1.
And then you get a minor wound. You should be able to add that to your sheet. It says add wound, and then it's the smallest one.
wound. I see wounds. Can I just put 1?
No, if you go down to next to your talents, it says wounds 0/4, then severity.
Yeah.
If you hit add.
All right. Minor?
Yeah, minor. Because
Alright.
it only went over by 1 point. So,
All right.
but that is his turn. Now it is Bill Cinder.
Oh, he's got a Kandarian demon right next to him.
Yep. But instead, he is going to use his action to turn to Frankenstein's monster and use his ability, Let's Tango Bitch. So this is essentially a tanking aggro ability. You could read that there, that he's using on Frankenstein's monster.
Gotcha.
Basically, you take a penalty attacking anyone but him now. And then,
there's no roll. It's just an action, basically, as a taunt.
yes.
Gotcha.
And then he is going to spend a point of metal to shoot you with his boomstick. What is your? Oh wait, your defense is poor right now.
My defense is terrible right now because I sacrificed it to make an attack.
All right.
Because right now I'm frightened, so I used it to basically offset that last time.
Okay. So then he will do that. No boomstick bonus here, so just a flat roll.
Oh yeah.
All those succeed.
So that's 8 -1. I'm exactly at 0, but I didn't take anything past my toughness. I'm not sure what that means.
So you're just at 0 then.
Gotcha.
He will then spend his last point of metal to make another attack. Hey, it's got double barrels for a reason.
You bitches with your multiple medals.
And he can use his 1 point of focus to make that do another 6 points of damage.
6 plus an extra 2, so 8. So I took 7, 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So then
That's
that would
7
be a deadly wound. Good thing you're the physically toughest one. So he's unloading his boomstick into you, and he's like, "Hey, Fugly, come get some." And now it is Dracula's turn.
Yeah, and I think I must pay some attention to the most hated nephew. Choose over to Mandat. Eye on over. I was noticing that the corpses, well, A, are probably everywhere, but B is definitely that one. It's within long range, so my melee goes up to Great, I think is the next one up.
Yeah.
Let's,
Don't forget, when you're in your bat form, you use that character sheet under modern.
yes, I've got that one.
Okay, cool.
That's where I saw the Scent of Gore ability there. So that's Great versus Good, probably 3.
Yes. So yeah, you would be difficulty 3. And he's got no armor.
Some good
Uh,
vampire on vampire
6
action.
points of damage. Nice.
6 points of damage, yeah. No reduction.
I'm already at full, so even if I do still have the hunger in this one, it doesn't add anything.
Right. I think mechanically you don't, if I remember how the rules are read. But that's the trade-off you get for essentially just giving yourself an extra temporary health bar.
Oh, it has its own health.
Yeah. If you basically, when you're in that form, you use the Fellbat's health, and if it hits 0, you return to normal form and any rollover damage. It's exactly like a wild shape from 5e. It's why I gave you the Fellbat combat form, because it essentially just makes you even tankier. As I said, Dracula's a very deceptive fellow. But do you want to do anything else there?
I think that was using the metal because then an action to
Yes.
transform and then
Right, it is.
moving over
Yep.
to him may or may not.
So, Wolfman, before you take your turn, you got a choice here. You can either make your death save, or you can spend a point of doom to no longer be mortally wounded. You can't spend a point afterwards.
Guys, any opposition to me spending the point of doom and staying in the fight?
No, go for it.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah, I'll spend the point of doom then.
Okay, so
Yep,
you're no
5 of them.
you're no longer mortally wounded. You still have 0 toughness, and your wound track is still full, but you can take your turn otherwise as normal.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I was tempted to use a Doom next turn to get all my toughness back so I can become a tanky bitch again.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Remind me,
No,
as a
I'd say
normal
use 'em.
as normal speed, do I get to move 2 squares as long as it's not difficult terrain?
Normal speed, you can just move into an adjacent zone.
Okay. Okay.
Remember, moving into difficult terrain is fine and normal.
And it charges both the move and the attack, or is that just a attack action?
That's just the attack action, so you can
Okay.
move and charge as separate things.
Okay. Okay. So
Or
I'll
you
go ahead
could,
and
you could charge one of these guys and then
Yeah.
use that in your movement after you hit with your special ability to move back, if I understand, and then use
Yeah.
your last metal to attack again with a charge.
Yes, and remember that the top of the APC here, where Bill is its own separate
Yeah.
zone.
So I'll go ahead and charge into this one and attack Glade.
Okay, so you get up there.
And my attack goes from good to great when I charge.
No, you get a 2 dice bonus.
It says your melee increases 1 step.
Oh, it does? Well, then.
Oh wait, no, sorry. That was Blood Fury. So
Oh, yeah.
Blood Fury, since somebody in the zone took damage from a slashing or piercing weapon.
Pretty much everyone has at this point,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then my melee increases 1 step, and I do +1 damage.
Yep.
So I'll be attacking Glade. My attack is currently great, or my melee is currently great.
And his defense is currently good, so you're looking for 3s.
Okay. And do I add an extra d6 to that? I'm trying to
You
remember.
add 2d6 for your
2d6,
always
okay.
recharging.
Okay.
Your defense will be lowered by 1 step until
Right.
your next turn.
Yeah. All right. Attack, looking for 3s, and increase 2. Submit.
All right, and you can turn that 2 into a 3, so that's 5 points of damage.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Mm.
So that would be 0 at his toughness, and I believe, let me double check the rule help handout. I believe that's is that a serious or a deadly wound? That would be a serious wound, so 2 on his wound track.
All right. Then I'll use my ability to move into this square.
Yep.
And I have not used my move action yet, right?
Correct.
I think because it's difficult
Okay.
terrain, wouldn't it be coming out of here? You'd also have to use
Actually,
your
his
movement.
ability hit and run explicitly ignores that. It's
Yeah.
Oh,
very
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is super nice. So then I'll use 1 metal to attack Ray or Stan.
Yep.
No extra. Yeah. Has anybody taken slashing damage in here? Slashing or
No,
piercing?
I do not believe so.
I have bone
Boomstick-
talons that rend. I did hit Stan and Constantine last turn, I thought.
Okay, then yeah, you're
Okay.
still good then.
So then my attack my melee is still great. What's Stan's?
Also, did you say you're charging?
No. not
Okay,
charging this
good. I
one.
just want to make sure because
Yeah.
you can't charge within the same zone.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
aware.
Yeah, okay. Just checking. His defense is average. So if you're great, then you're looking for 2s.
2s, okay. No bonus, but I do get the +1 damage.
Mm-hmm. I also believe Blood Flurry lowers your defense as well.
Yes.
Just keep in mind, because that's stacking
Yep.
with the charge penalty. You're a squishy boy.
Yep. So that was 5 successes plus 2 extra damage.
Okay.
And then I'll use my move to go into this.
Deadly wound.
Let me see what space do I want to go into. Yeah, we'll go into this space, and I'll use my last, what's it called? Metal. I'll use that to hide.
All right. Give me a stealth check. A body stealth, to be clear.
Yeah. What's the target DN?
4. Standard.
4. Okay.
And that'll just be compared against anyone's passive perceptions that move into your zone.
All right, and that'd be my turn.
All right. So Stan Rays. He still has his photon beam, restraining Frankie there. But he is going to use his movement to get into this zone over here. And it's got the range to do that. As long as he's in an adjacent zone, he can stay restrained. Let's see, what should he do?
Forget about the minor vampire after Stan.
Oh yeah, doesn't the vampire spawn go on Jack?
Oh yeah, it does. Sorry, we'll resolve this real quick.
Yeah,
Then.
after Stan.
Yep.
It's going after Bill, who would have acted before it anyway.
Yep. Yeah, he will just. All right. So he is going to. Maybe logically he probably did this before he moved, but he is going to throw a proton trap, basically a Ghostbuster trap, into this zone here. So all of you guys are going to give a body might test opposed to his mind crafting, and you'll take damage equal to the difference. So and it'll be difficulty 4. So you're gonna need 6 successes to get nothing, but you'll take damage equal to the difference.
The difference, yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry, did you say everyone or just undead?
Everyone. All
Okay.
you baddies.
But only those at the center, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
So what do I need to roll?
Might.
Body might.
Body might.
Difficulty 4.
Body might.
That one was the
Difficulty.
spawn.
Go.
The bat form only appears to have one body and nothing in might. So, yeah, I think that's enough to. Yeah, it's got 6 toughness.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, it's got 6 toughness. So he's doing essentially 6 points of damage. So every success you scored on that will reduce it by 1. So like the vampire.
Does armor
spawn.
count as well? Or?
Let me double check.
When you get a second Gumbo, will you look at my roll? It looks like I've rolled a bunch of zeros.
Yes,
Oh,
armor
yeah.
does still factor in. That is weird. The macro might have just gone busty. Give it another.
I was gonna say I don't know how you can roll a 0 on a d6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, just give it another.
I've heard of bad rolls, but
Maybe it was like the end of the script or something. I don't know.
should I have a might bonus?
I don't think you have any training in might, so I think it's literally just your body.
Okay, so might bonus of 0.
There we go.
Did it again.
Yeah, it is
But-
doing it. It's weird.
Got
I
one.
have 2 training. I have no, I have no might training.
Yeah. You
I have a
rolled
1
die,
body.
and you got 1 success. You got. I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay. I'm looking
Yeah.
at it. It looks backwards.
I was like, what are you talking about? That's perfectly correct.
It looks
So
like
you
a
have-
1 plus
That's
0
one
plus 0 plus 0 plus
Those
0.
are
Like I
modifiers,
was rolling 0.
Yeah.
That's just
okay.
the macro. The macro has to account for when you put into the sheet a bunch of modifiers that usually, like most characters, aren't going to use. So that's why it's plus 0 plus 0
Yeah,
plus 0.
on the bottom in the brackets is your die roll. So
Oh, okay. This is the only one I've ever rolled where I only had 1 die, so
Yes.
I got very confused.
So,
All right.
like, one of those zeros might represent, like, fucking a bonus
Might.
from one of the. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't have anything, so it's a 0.
All right. So 6 damage minus the successes, and then all of you are restrained until Stan's next turn.
So I take 5 then.
So that would be a deadly wound. You can add that, and that'll probably max out your wound track. You're not mortally wounded yet, but you're knocking on the door.
Okay.
I go to 0.
Let me see.
So I probably shouldn't have even.
I don't think you take any wounds. He said if you're exactly at 0 of toughness.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
believe the vampire should be able to still get to move before he's restrained, since we kind of skip
Yes,
him over.
I agree.
Oh, he's
in
gonna
fact-
climb up on the truck.
You could just give him his health back, because if he's on the truck, then he wouldn't have been targeted by this anyway.
I think that takes his full turn though, because difficult terrain.
Correct. And I think, Dracula, was that enough? Was 5 points of damage enough to take you out of Fellbat form?
6 would have been, but I got 1 success and I have 1 armor in
Okay.
that form. So.
Then you're still good. And that'll be Stan Ray's turn. Gilman, you're still holding Terrierly, and Glade's within close range.
So, let me walk you through, okay? All right, I imagine the way that we've been walking here. I got like one hand on her throat, and that's why she's got like both her hands free. I'm using one to like lead my way or like defend against Glade or whatever. That
Absolutely.
sound reasonable?
Oh, yes.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Keeping that one hand there, going to take the other fishy hand, plop it on her face, shove her head underwater, and try to hit her head.
All right.
Sewer grate. And then I'm going to try, and if that doesn't knock her out or whatever, I guess I'll just suffocate her there. So you tell me what I need to roll for that.
Let's just call that an attack roll with your talons. Because her
Awesome.
defense is already considered... Right? It is considered average, so I believe you're hitting on 2s because you're great. Melee.
Yeah, because her armor was shredded from his spit too, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, so she has received a deadly wound. She is not mortally wounded yet, so if you would like to spend a point of metal to make a second attack, that'll almost certainly make her mortally wounded.
you know what, Combo? I think I will.
All right.
Wham, bam.
God.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
She is mortally wounded now. She will be
14
starting-
damage. Holy shit.
All right.
When you
Indulge
use
me.
tactics and you do everything right, you can annihilate. Yes, go ahead, Michael.
Let me take you through Gilman's mind here. Explain his actions, for his words, okay, are not sufficient.
Mhm.
We see Gilman as he heartlessly drowns this woman, and we gaze into his eyes, and we are taken back to the late Devonian period, and we see waters full and lush with the Gilman people. With little Gilman babies and women, all right?
Gilman women, I like that.
And then what happens? Okay, we got like the extinction, whatever. It's been a volcano or whatever. I think it was like global cooling or whatever. I don't think they know exactly what it was. So we'll say like fucking volcano, boom, okay? Ash cloud covers everything. Then we see the ash as it dissipates. As we see small communities of Gilmen still survive. Okay? And then we zoom out from these communities and see, bam, the jackbooted feet of human colonizers. And then what do we see? One singular egg left in that location. Our Gilman. And for the first time, we can truly come to understand the blackened heart of the creature from the Black Lagoon.
The fucking
Yeah,
fish man
and that'll
has a
be the end of my
sympathetic
turn.
backstory. Yep.
Good old Gilman lore.
And he goes,
Gilliman. When the comedic side character has the traumatic backstory. Either way, cope. Skeletons.
All right,
Looks like those-
skeletons are coming down 2 by 2. Guess they'd make it to right there. They get a move and an action.
Yep.
And they're in swampland.
And they're in swampland.
Swampies. All right, zombies are. This one's going to come from behind the house into this zone. Even though it's a really long way on the map, that's really just one move, right?
To get into the middle zone, yeah.
To get in the zone, yeah.
All right, so he's going to shamble up at
But that
90
is-
miles an hour, apparently.
He's got slow speed, so that is he can't attack. He can get within close range of Glade, but he can't attack.
All right, and this one's going to come lagging behind the skeletons. All done.
You know, the funny part is you could have just cast the Raise Dead spell again and animated the ones in the Occult-de-sac, and then they would be able to attack immediately.
Yeah, I'm going to do that in my next action when it comes to Nefertiti.
Frankie.
Anyone opposed if I use the Doom to give myself my toughness back?
Yeah, we still got 4.
So that brings my 11 back, right?
Yep, it will put you all the way back up to top.
Yep.
And I will...
As I'm being taunted, as I kind of like he taunts me, and I kind of just freeze up for a second. The stand like runs underneath my legs, my monstrous like weird 4 human legs making my centaur body legs.
Human centipede.
Yep. And I just look over at Bill like, Fugly? I run up and just with my fast speed and ignoring difficult terrain, I just get on top of the car.
You will need to perform an action of 4-1 body might to escape Stan Ray's proton beam, so that you can get rid of the.
Wait, I was hit with a proton beam. I thought you did that to the middle.
Oh, that was
he
from
threw a
the
trap.
previous.
He still his proton beam has the restraining quality, so until you take an action, it's a difficulty 4-1. You're almost guaranteed to get out of it. But
And it's an action to do.
But it's going to take an action. Yes.
And you said which check is it?
Body might. That's why I said you're almost certain to get out of it.
Body. I'm surprised I'm not trained in that.
Yeah, I ran out of XP.
And you said it's a DN4?
Yep. You just need 1 success. Yep, you're good.
Okay.
So that does take an action, but you can otherwise move, attack, whatever.
Yeah, I get up here, and I'm just looking over him with my 4 human legs, my 4 arms, weird bones jutting out from the knuckles. Frankie,
More organs, more
not
human.
fugly. Frankie, beautiful. And I'm just gonna attack him with 2 weapon fighting.
All right. So let's see.
I don't know what I'm using my thing where I go lower on my defenses.
Yeah.
So with my penalty to being frightened still, let me see, because that would give me a -1 to my thing, right? All my rolls. Or is it
Your it's -1 die. So
ignore that 4 then.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. And you said you just pumped yours all the way up to max.
I would be considered superb right now.
All right, and he is good defense. So yeah, you'd be hitting on 2s.
Okay, so they will all hit, and I do have the rend quality. Unfortunately, my crushing doesn't take effect.
And you didn't roll any sexes for rend to come into play.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting 6s are rend. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I still hit him for. Let's see. First one will be 3, 4, 5.
First one would be 5 points of damage.
7.
Second one would
Because
be
of
5
Warrior
points.
Elite gives me an extra 2 on my first attack.
Right. Okay.
So 7 and then 5 for the second one.
Okay. So he has 3 armor. So 7. So the first one
4
so he would take 4, and then the second one he
would
would
take 3 or 2.
He would take 2.
Yep.
He's not out of his toughness yet.
But that's all I do. Get right up in his grill.
All right. Now, real quick, Jack is gonna do his arcane check to move forward the ritual. This is only the second round of this combat. A lot's happening. Difficulty 4.
Yeah, it was what, a 3 last time? So now we need 17.
He did 5 last time, so he did another 5. But now it's Doom 3, so he's at 10 of needed 18.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is Nefertiti.
Oh, and I should have healed a.
Yes, you should have.
I should have healed some.
Healed 3, yes, because you're in Bogwater now, so it's not 1.
Oh yeah. Woo!
All right, she's gonna cast this to heal herself and hopefully raise a zombie.
All right.
Spellcasting bonus. I believe she has a plus 2.
That'd be 0. It's already factoring in your skills.
Okay.
So that's 3 successes total.
All right, so she can raise. Can she raise?
Before you do that, though, Stan Rays is going to use his ability Photon Disruptor by spending his 1 point of metal. He's going to do a mind crafting against the exact same difficulty 6, and if he gets more successes than you, he cancels your spell.
Okay.
It's essentially a counter spell move.
Damn it, Stan Rays.
He's the Ghostbuster. Nope. He fails.
Who's he gonna call?
So you succeed as normal, but I would be remiss if I didn't use the character who was supposed to be the counterspell guide to counterspell.
Yeah.
Is +1 toughness to undead. Huh?
So, yeah, if you... Is Dracula in here?
So yeah, Dracula is in the same zone.
So it's actually +3. Because she had 3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So +3 to your toughness. And then... add a zombie. It looks like he can only raise 1 zombie at a time, so I would drop the one that's stuck in the marsh back there. Yeah,
yep.
Perfect. Perfect.
And you're maintaining the skeletons.
And maintaining the skeletons.
Okay.
Is there anything else I could do with my metal?
You could use it to take an additional action, so you could cast like a second spell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, yes, I'm going to cast.
Drop the skeletons and then raise them in the cul-de-sac immediately.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Is use my metal to cast Black Harvest.
Yep. Use no need to roll it. It's a miracle, so the skeletons just appear there. Good thing you guys left all those bodies in the flooded cul-de-sac.
Yeah. You see a couple skeletons come out of the skeleton, the bodies, and all of a sudden, of course, these people had guns. Clock, clock.
God bless America.
All right. And then that will be the night creature.
Right.
Why does the housewife skeleton's gun have notch marks like she's killed people before?
You don't know what it's like at those PTA meetings.
Also, I forgot, the shrine up here takes 1 point of damage and the fire goes away. That was supposed to be at the top of the initiative. I forgot.
All right. So he's going to move in there, and since there's a fellow monster in there, his... what's it do? His melee increases 1 step. He's going after Glade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and
Glade's defense is good. What's your melee?
It's originally good, but it goes up one step.
Yep, to great. So you are looking for 3s.
3s, all right.
All right, so that is 5 points of damage. So he takes.
Don't need to rend the non-existent armor.
Yes, exactly. So he is still not mortally wounded, but he has taken another big hit. He's taken another serious wound.
I don't think he has any metal or anything like that, so I think that's his turn.
Yep.
Okay.
And now it is Ellie's turn. First thing she needs to do is she needs to give a death saving throw. Death check is what they call it. She rolls her highest attribute, in this case her body. Difficulty 4. She needs to get 3 successes or she dies. Or not dies, but it'll go up one more. So. Hey, she's no longer mortally wounded. She succeeds.
Boo.
But she's still very much grappled, and her armor is still very much depleted. Let's see here. She is going to fire her pistol into Gilman. Accuracy is average right now because she is restrained, and Gilman's defense is good.
And there's no penalties for shooting into melee or anything, right?
Normally, range attacks can't be used in melee, but her pistol has the close quality, which lets it do so.
Gotcha.
What's Gilman's defense? Good?
Or if you just know, then go ahead. His defense is good.
All right, so that's 4 damage total minus your armor.
So I think that would just bring me to 0.
4 minus your armor of 2, you would still be at 1 toughness.
Oh, I have 2. Yeah, so I'm 1 toughness. Woo! Bring me down.
Oh yeah. No, I just realized that. So light retcon here. I forgot that she was in a zone where she takes 1 point of damage at the start of her turn, which would have made it a need of 4 successes rather than 3, which means that she does die. So you can give yourself those 2 health back. She is actually dead.
She just pulls out a gun about to shoot you, and you just hear sizzling.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it is Glade's turn now that another hunter is down.
1 point of damage for him too.
Yes, because his armor is gone, so he actually takes that now. That does set his wound track to full. Albeit minor wound. He's not mortally wounded yet. Okay. Let's see here. He is going to start out by using his fangs on Dracula.
That's just kinky.
Yep.
Friggin' fang off.
Yeah, freaking bites Dracula, and Dracula's like, "But the code! Never drink from another vampire."
I did him first. So.
What's
Yeah, they both try to bite each other, and it turns into a thing that all the fangirls are like, "I fucking knew it."
Defense on the bad form is good.
Is good, and his is great, so he's going to look for 3s. So that is going to be 5 points of damage. Factoring in your armor, he is going to heal 3 toughness.
Not quite enough to knock me out of it with armor.
Mm-hmm. He is going to spend a point of metal and do it again.
Yep. That brings bat form down to nothing. So
Yep. So any rollover damage return to your base form, but you are returned to normal Dracula. And he heals 2 points of damage.
Is that Adam
that flux
Sandler?
armor still counts. That is 2. If Dracula armor counts afterwards, then it wouldn't be
Yeah,
anything.
it does. He wipes his mouth and he looks at you, Dracula, and says, "So I heard you wore blackface in the 70s."
Jesus.
I saw it.
But he is then going to use his movement, which is fast, to this zone down here. Get some space. Poisoned. And then he will spend his last point. I'm just doing make sure I am keeping his metal straight from last round. Yeah, no, he should still have 1 point of metal. He is then going to fire his machine pistol at Dracula. Now, just so you guys know, his machine pistol has the spread quality, which means that everyone within close range of Dracula, which would be the zombie and I believe the night creature, since they were also attacking Glade, so they would all be considered within close range. They will take some of this damage. I believe it's half. Let me double check the rules. Because it's like the shotgun effect, essentially, except he's using fully automatic fire. Here we go. Spread. Yes, they would take half damage. So he is going to main target Dracula. What's your defense? Because his range attack is good.
Good.
Good? Oh, sorry, his defense is average. His attack is average, so it would be difficulty 5.
I guess. I mean, I'm good, so.
And he scores no successes. So, never mind. That was just a straight whiff. End of his turn. All right. So, it is Bill Cinder's turn. Now, when he is attacking Frankie, his melee is increased 1 step. And he has the trait Underdog, where when he's within close range of 2 or more creatures, his melee also increases 1 step. So
I mean, he's hitting on 2s against me no matter what, because I sacrificed all of my defense.
But the first thing he is going to do is that he is going to chainsaw attack Frankie.
As you do.
As you do. So 2.
Wait, we're not cutting down trees. Oh!
I just attached those limbs.
So
will
that
I
take it down
actually
to
attacked
7 points.
wow, it has rend, but he didn't get a single 6.
Yep. But I still take 7 of that, so back down to 4 toughness.
Mm-hmm.
It says cleave. Does that mean he hits the zombie or the vampire too?
Yes, he does. So
No, not Blakula.
no, actually he doesn't, because cleave it's each result of 6.
Ah, okay.
So he actually doesn't do that either. But he does have 1 more point of metal. So he is going to...
I keep wanting to call the metal grit.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a very similar thing. Should he... You know what? Even if it's a suboptimal tactic, I just like the optics of it. He is going to shotgun the vampire.
Yep.
So what's the minor vampire's defense there?
He's turning
So
on
it's
Glade.
average.
Average. All right. So then that his is good. So he's looking at difficulty 3 here. All right. So that is
5 successes.
5 successes, and so that's 7 points of damage minus the armor.
Yeah, that's 6 even after armor, and it only has 5, so I
Okay.
think it's gone.
Yeah, that it would be gone because it doesn't do death saves. What I was hoping is that if he hadn't killed him, he has an ability that I just straight up imported from Evil Dead, where anyone shot by his shotgun at close range is pushed into an adjacent zone. Because for some reason, everyone shot in Evil Dead just goes flying a mile.
Yeah, I mean, it's dead, so we can say it did that anyway.
Yep, just explodes a vampire head. But that is his turn because he spent 2 points of metal last time. Dracula.
So, since I got knocked out of the bat form, is that just down for the count for a while?
Nope,
or?
you can just use another action to reassume it. It's crazy powerful.
Oh, it goes back up to 5 toughness too, or?
That's what I read. I copy pasted the
If
ability.
it functions similar to how Wild Shape does, yeah, you just get the 5 again.
Yeah, it's just the only difference between it and Wild Shape is it has no daily limit.
Well then,
Yeah, vampires
It's
are really good in the soulbound system, by the way.
yeah, it's the best option for getting out of this swamp.
Get out of my swamp.
Oh yeah.
Suppose
Some
technically I'd be flying up and using charge to move over to him.
Man, that's who we should have had instead of guild manager. We should have had Shrek.
Which, if I do that, would now I get an extra d6 on the attack.
You get an extra d6 and you lower your defense by 1 step until your next turn.
So it would be, I believe, that's good, but then Scent of Gore makes it a great attack.
Mm-hmm. And his defense is great right now, so it would be a difficulty 4 if yours was great.
And then 1 extra dice on the bonus.
All right, that's 4 points of damage. He has no armor.
Now he healed a bit, but
Yeah, his wounds are still capped out, but he regained 5 toughness, so that's not a wound yet.
Wolfman, get your revenge.
But I believe that's your turn, so it is now
Yep.
Wolfman.
Always be charging, going after Glade.
the ABC's Wolfman, always be charging.
Mm-hmm.
My melee is currently great, since I believe he just took some slashing damage.
Piercing, I think.
Piercing, but he took slashing before.
Well, piercing also applies.
Oh, then yes.
Just as long as he draws blood.
So am I going for 3s?
His defense is great. So
Okay, so
if
am I-
yours, what is yours?
it is also great.
Then you're looking for 4s, and then plus
Okay.
2 dice for your charge.
Yep.
All right, so that is 5 points of damage. That does put his toughness to 0, and he then receives a serious wound as he is mortally wounded.
I think there's 1 extra damage as well for the Blood and Fury.
That would still be a serious wound then.
Okay. All right.
So, anything else? I believe you still have
Yep.
1 point
Yep,
of metal.
going to
Yeah,
pop
not
back
on the
in
fresh
here,
clean bed.
hit and run, and then charge back in with another charge.
Yep. This time you're doing 3d6, the same thing.
Yep.
Oop, it's even better. So that would be
5, 6, 7.
7. So that is a deadly wound. So he is looking at a difficulty 4 test now, which is still not his highest difficulty 3. His highest attribute is higher than that, so he's not instantly dead. And then that's all your metal for the turn.
And I'll use my move to go here.
Mhm.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Stan Rays he is going to Proton Blaster Dracula. So his ranged is great. I believe your defense is good.
Was good. I charged, so I guess it's average now.
All right, so he's looking for 2s.
Yeah.
So that is 5 points of damage. Your armor still factors in, and you are restrained, so everything will drop 1 step. And it is Gilman, as he is going to save his point of metal. I would say that's fine.
I'm sorry, I got kind of distracted. Is someone in trouble?
No, you're fine. You're no longer next to anyone because you
So
killed
we-
fairly.
We probably could try to get rid of Glade because he hits really fucking hard and
Heals himself.
yeah.
Glade. Okay.
It's currently.
Bill called me fugly,
Yes,
so I
it's-
have a little beef with him.
All right. So I can move into this zone and then take another action, right?
Yeah, you can move into because you're not affected by the difficult terrain.
Yeah.
So you can just move next to Glade and make a melee attack, or you can charge him or whatever you want.
Cool. What weapon does he have right now?
He has a silver katana and a machine pistol. One in.
Cool. I want to try to disarm him.
All right.
So do you heal at the start of your turn?
Oh, I heal 3.
Because Gilman be tough. Let me see rules. Just quickly flip into because I believe his defense is considered 1 higher if you're targeting his arm. But I want to verify that. There you go. Yes. So you can make a melee attack as normal, and if you do damage to him, you can knock out one of his weapons. But his defense is considered superb. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be shooting for
5s or 6s, right?
5s, because I think your melee is great. So I believe you're shooting for 5s.
All right. 5s. Give me some 5s. 2 5s.
Okay. All right.
And can I only knock the one weapon off?
As one action, yes.
Okay.
So katana or pistol.
We're not
Or that
away that
katana
pistol.
really
Are you
hurts.
kidding? Oh, the katana. Would I have seen the katana hurt?
You can tell it's silver, so it's up to you if you want to save your
Oh,
weapon.
well, I don't care about silver. And I'm knocking that pistol away, though. We're fighting mano a mano, man to man, okay?
All right. No
Man to
worries.
Gilman.
Yeah,
Dave Walker, man, vampire, half vampire. Not really clear, super clear on how those rules work.
Yeah, the
versus
freaking Daywalker
Fishman.
shit. It's always bothered me where it's like, I'm a Daywalker. It's basically a vampire, but with none of the drawbacks. But I believe you still have one more. If you want to spend a point of metal, you can make another attack. Up to you.
Yeah, I would have another point of metal. So yeah, I will go ahead and do that and try to disarm his other weapon.
Okay. So
Second burst, same as the first.
Mhm.
I'm aiming for 5s. Give me some 5s.
All right.
That's a 5.
So yep, his katana has been disarmed as well. Understandably, you can't disarm his fangs.
And let's keep it.
What?
What?
Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say we're not in the water anymore because it's a different zone. If we were in the water, that stuff would have all fallen into the muck.
Yeah, nope, you're out of the water. And he also took another point of damage, so his death save is 5. So if he takes any more damage, it'll be impossible for him to succeed, and he will die. I think I know what's gonna happen. So the Gilman bursts from the water and just with 2 claw swipes knocks Glade's weapons out of his hands.
And then from the distance, we hear 2 Glocks cocking.
Yeah. Oh, it's bone time.
Yeah, Bone Thugs and Harmony are going to try and blast. Glade
Rattle
in
them,
there.
boys.
Where'd they get those Tommy guns?
Why does one have a fedora? It didn't have a fedora when it died.
How did
You're about-
how'd the cigar stay lit underwater?
No, keep in mind this was a Halloween party, so someone just came in with like actual.
Okay, yeah, someone
fucking
clearly had a
Tommy
fedora.
gun.
Yeah.
Somebody really leaned into the bit.
You're about to be sleeping with the zombie fishes, see? So yeah, give me a gun
All right.
attack, and then it'll ask you the swarm
They are
size. And then just
poor.
put, I think their ranged is better than that. Let me
Range.
It's accuracy, right?
accuracy. Yeah.
They've got fucking brass knuckles
Says
when you click.
proficiency. Poor.
Oh yeah, you're right. Accuracy poor. You're right. So it's poor and it's great. So you're looking for 6s, and
All right.
and it'll ask you the toughness in the swarm. That would be 2.
Is that the most insane skeleton?
Camp, motherfucker.
Someone tell me what fucking horror movie these skeletons are from, okay? Walking around with these guns, they got their fucking brass knuckles that say "get boned" across the fucking fingers.
I love this mental image of Glade uses his enhanced vampiric speed to flee the zone. Dracula turns into like this Castlevania bat monster, comes after him, laying into his shoulder, and just as the swamp creature from the Black Lagoon comes out and disarms him with 2 claw attacks. And
Don't
Glade's
forget
there.
Wolfman, like dashing
Oh, yeah,
in and out and in and out.
Wolfman race on his back. And there's like this brief moment where everyone takes a step back to measure each other. It's all right, motherfuckers. It's not gonna. Skeleton shoot him.
And it's like the bad animation from the first Terminator skeleton, where they're
Yeah.
real jerky.
Yeah, they're the freaking like Journey of the Argonauts, the movie from the 1980s.
Oh god! Yes,
Yeah, the claymation skeletons.
from the '60s.
Just the mental image is great.
Yep.
All right, zombie time.
Zombies. Can they use their arms to pull themselves up on
Can we
this
just
truck?
say that these are the Jason the Argonaut skeletons canonically?
Yes. Basically, how it works is for a slow creature to move out of difficult terrain, they will need to commit this turn's action and next turn's movement to pull up. So they will begin climbing up this thing and hope that.
Oh
Bill
yeah,
doesn't-
it's straight up Walking Deading.
Mhm. Yeah, zombies are only dangerous when there's just an absolute shit ton of them. Hence the ritual that I gave you. Because if it was like, 2 of them moving slow is pretty not threatening. But if you had, say, 15.
But hey, every time we distract Bill up there, he's not hitting Frankenstein.
Speaking of which, Frank.
I am just going to, with my weird neighing legs, just on like weird, like one of them has a hand instead of a foot, and it's just gripping the side of the
100%.
truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I am just laying into Bill. So let me do my multi-strike. I'm going to sacrifice my armor because who needs armor? Or not armor, defenses.
And he is
The best defense
good.
is a good offense.
One does rend and stun him, though.
Mhm.
But I think most of them, like, you had to hit on 2s with this, right? Because I can consider superb.
Yes, yeah, because you're cranking it all the way up to max.
Okay, so it wouldn't be 7 damage. That's to be the max. So 6 damage from the first one,
Mhm.
and then 3 damage from the second one. But the second one will rend afterwards and stun him.
All right, so then take a minor wound, and he is stunned. Which doesn't take his turn. It just means that he can't spend metal.
Fine enough for me. And then I am going to spend a point of metal and 2 weapon fight again.
All right.
So that will be 3 points of damage from the first blow, and then 5 points from the second blow.
Okay, 3 points from the first one will just be 1. Then 5.
Because he had 3 armor before, and I took away 1, right?
Right. He was the most armored out of the troop. Maybe he's wearing his medieval breastplate from the Army of Darkness movie. We don't. And then the second one will do 5 points, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So add another. He's not mortally wounded yet, but he is out of toughness, and he's taking wounds.
Mm-hmm. And that's all I do. I am
All right.
just straddling this car as I'm just pounding into him.
now
Also, I need to work on my wording. Carry on.
I'm straddling this car as I'm just pounding this man.
The middle of the swamp on the back of our truck.
With my giant throbbing bones. All right.
Meanwhile, at the pumpkin.
Okay. You
It's like
guys,
blowing on his fingernails.
feel that the shift of dark magic alters and the ritual loses 3 successes.
What?
As something unfortunately good is happening at the church.
We did leave it undefended.
But I can metagame see this whole map.
Well, you said at the church. Do we know something's going on at the church now?
We imagine.
You can feel the supernatural disturbance of the ritual starting to reverse, and you know that the book reading was happening at the church.
No, Gilman's not going to let that happen.
Hmm.
He's got so many more people to kill.
You could take people to the church, right?
Yeah, I'll start heading that way.
Take
She's gonna
the demon monster with you, because it could take us to the graveyard.
Yeah, I can
Sure.
I do not. No, I don't think the church's graveyard is within long range. I think it's extreme.
No, I have to have a grave to cast it from, so I would have to go all the way up to
'Cause you
this
could use
graveyard.
You could use your zombie as the starting point, but you'd need to get closer to.
Oh yeah. If I can make it in my next turn, I could probably make it there in one turn because of metal.
How many
ignoring terrain?
How many spaces can you move in a turn?
With normal speed, you can use your move to go into an adjacent zone.
You cut out. I can't hear you.
Sorry. If you have normal speed like you can use your movement speed to go into an adjacent zone, then spend your action to do a dash to go into the next zone, and then you can
Okay.
Metal.
Now, keep in mind, if you look at the Necronomicon Ex Mortis for Gilman, at nighttime he can teleport between swamp spaces.
Oh, cool. So yeah. What I can do is I can just move here and spin an action to just end up right next to the church on my turn. So Gilman can go down there, and Gilman's pretty strong. Gilman, I think he's demonstrated that much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It won't be this round that she's able to get up there. Long range is 2 spaces, you say, Gumbo?
Yeah, it's not the zone next to you; it's the one beyond that. So, like the haunted mansion.
On my turn, I can get inside the church in one turn.
I
It
will
would be
say
3 rounds before she can move.
if you would like, I did establish that 2 teenagers died at the start of this. I would say you could teleport inside the haunted mansion if you would like, as that counts as a grave. I'll say
Okay.
because that is within.
She could.
Oh, I wish we had
I'm
their
going to
ghosts
stay
talking
and
about
help with Bill for right now.
All right.
Look at these guys.
So what you want to do? Arcane Bolt. Nice. So that will be 3 points of damage. A nice simple spell. His armor is still 2, but that does max out his wounds, so he's not mortally wounded yet, but his wound track is full. And
Alright, but the zombies are halfway up the truck, and the skellies are redirecting their attention.
Mm-hmm. They're finishing twirling their pistols before refocusing on Bruce Campbell.
Don't worry, they have unlimited ammo.
Yes, we have established this. Anything else? You could still move.
Well, swamp it'd be different.
Oh, yeah,
no,
you're right.
Swamp, so
You can't. Yeah.
That's why I said I'm probably
Yeah,
the
if I
most
did-
likely
if I
besides
did that,
Gilman.
I'd have to drop my skellies if I use my metal to move. So I'm gonna stick around for one more round and then start jumping.
All right. So then it is night creature.
All right. And you said it's a full, so I could move there, and that'd be my full turn, right?
Yes, to leave the swamp.
Okay.
Actually, no, you're fast, so you would still
Yeah.
have an action.
Okay. And then he will attack.
All right.
Since there's a monster in the square, his melee increases to what's above good. Great.
Yep. All right. And so you're looking for 3s then, because his defense is good.
All right.
All
Nice.
right. So then that
Look at all those wrens.
Right.
Yep. So that's it. He is mortally wounded with a. Oh yeah, and that destroys the last of his armor. So then he is mortally wounded for 2. So he's still in the fight, but he is mortally wounded now.
And since he's human, primal terror is a thing. Night creature deals damage to a human. Human's defense is reduced 1 step. This effect lasts until the target prays during a rest or makes a successful soul determination test.
Correctamundo.
So
Cool,
that's the creature's turn.
So, as a mortally wounded character, his melee and accuracy are decreased 1 step, and he can only take a single action. He cannot use metal to make.
He's also
more.
stunned, if it matters, if anything.
That's what the stunned is.
Gotcha.
So, see, so it's decreased 1 step, but then underdog will bring it back up. So he is going to. He's going to chainsaw Frankenstein's monster.
Yep, it'll be on 2s.
He can't use his metal to double points of for more actions, but he can use it to double his training. So that is a smooth 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So
So that's 0 to toughness, and then I take
deadly wound.
Well, was that? I'm just trying to see what my blue bar is, because okay,
Yeah,
it is enough to put me up to max.
No, yes it is. There we go. Wait,
Wait,
is it though? No, you should still have 1 more wound up to that, because
Okay, hold on. Let me. I
wounds
messed
aren't
up.
like. Yeah, just go and click the add wound button, and then
Okay.
add the area. See, you still got 1 slot left, but that is
Gotcha.
his turn.
I'm still getting used to the system.
Yeah, the wound thing's the only tricky part, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, it seems like it's time for Dr. Acula to introduce himself to Dr. Reyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And still lots of corpses within range. That puts me
Oh
at
yeah,
great melee.
and his defense is average, so you're looking for 2s.
Oh,
And,
right. Shoot. Restrained.
Oh right, yeah, the action there. It's a 4/1 body might, so you just need 1 success.
Which might actually not happen because this form's only got 1 body. Yep.
You can spend a point of metal to try to do it again. It's up to you.
Yeah, might as well. It's 50-50 and
There we are. You can still move into the zone with him, if nothing else.
yeah, I was going to ask if it was a full action or not. But
It takes an action to break out, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Wolfman for the kill steal.
That's right. Try to decide which way I wanted to go.
Wolf.
Yeah, I'll go after Stan.
Yeah,
So
he's-
move there,
yeah.
and then charge.
Hmm.
What am I rolling? I got great melee.
Yeah, he is average, so you're looking for 2s, and then you add +2 dice for your charge. Yeah, so he's mortally wounded. He's already at 4/3. So probably another attack will almost kill him.
Yeah, we'll do that. Pop back out, and then charge again.
All right. Same deal, but with 1 extra die. All right. So he's at difficulty 4. Any amount of extra more damage and he will instantly die, but on his next turn, if he fails this test, then he will die anyway.
I guess
Yes,
we'll find
yeah.
out right now.
Yeah, that was my turn.
Womp womp.
And he's gone.
Thus dies the crazy Ghostbuster. Because Dan Aykroyd is an interesting character.
He's just a humble vodka salesman.
With psychic powers. Gilman, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to step over into this space and then teleport to the church.
All right.
Or
so
like
you
adjacent to the church.
So that would be a move and then an action, and then boom, you're there. So this
Can I see
churchyard.
anything there?
You do not see anything from there outside of what looks like some movement from inside the church.
All right. Well, is that my turn?
You can still spend a point of metal to move again if you'd like to move into the church.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a point of metal to. Did we leave the door open? Is the door open now?
The door is still open. Yes. You don't.
All right. I'm gonna spend a point of metal and I'm gonna peer through the door.
Okay. You see at the altar Jack's pumpkin, but the light is out in it, and you do not see the Necronomicon on the altar where you left it in front of him. The other thing you notice is that the church feels reconsecrated.
I can't see anyone in here.
Nope.
Okay,
I mean,
well that's my
technically
turn.
like an awareness thing would be an action, but you're out of metal for this turn. So
Well, I'll fucking know if they come out because I get a free attack on them.
correctamundo. Skeletons, I assume you're just gonna unload on Bill.
Time for Bill to die.
Fun fact, if the zombies get up there and do a single point of damage, they instantly kill them. Because zombies have an ability that whenever they mortally wound someone, they instantly tear them apart with no death save.
Oh man,
Nice.
that's awesome.
So what's the skeleton's DN if they've got a pour? What is Bill at now?
You're going to be looking at... Hold on, just doing the calculations here. Because he's stunned. That more. You're looking at difficulty 5. Because his defense is average right now.
Rat-tat-tat-tat.
Thankfully for... I mean, he is still up. He is just now at wound penalty 4/4. So he is still alive. So the skeletons did not
So
claim
here
another
come
one.
the zombies.
Yep. Zombies spend their movement to get up there, and they can get 1 attack.
All right. Oh yeah, they have the dragged down and torn apart.
Mm-hmm. It's the secret sauce of what zombies are like. Really are fun. I love in this system because they're really weak, like pushovers, unless they mortally wound you, and then you instantly die, and it's horrifying.
DN4, they are average melee.
Yep, DN4, you got it.
That sounds like a very Warhammer rule.
So I do love that the last hunter here dies because our player from Georgia had zombies eat him.
Yes. I've been to multiple of the filming sections.
Mm-hmm. So, Frankie, you kind of get blue-balled by some fucking zombies eating Bill in front of you.
And we all noticed that there's something going on wrong with the ritual.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just, I hold my stomach, one of my hands like, ugh, butterflies in tummy, feel lightheaded and happy. Something wrong! And so, since I'm fast, I can get here as once. I can ignore difficult terrain as I just burst through the house
Of course.
and out the back. Then I'll use my action to go another 2. Because it's 2 movement when you're fast, right?
Correct.
And I'll spend a point of metal just to get up into the area. As I just go charging toward the church. Like the entire walkway just kind of waves as I run across it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Me feel like my
a
existence
giant
might
dust
not be a
cloud
walking
trailing down.
contradiction. Something wrong.
Me feel good about self. Something definitely wrong. But that's
Me
not-
have nuanced opinion about father.
Okay. That's your turn.
Frankie thinks sometimes cigar is just cigar. It's a Freud joke.
Yep.
I was gonna say that one over my head.
All right. Before it is Nefertiti's turn, Frankie and Gilman, you're looking into the church. Correctamundo.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
stepping out from around the corner, but still very much within the zone, is someone you have not seen in a very long time. It's Professor Abraham Van Helsing, not aged a day, holding the Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
I would have killed 3 this round because I
Yes.
started in a.
Actually, no, you didn't start in the swamp. You started in
Oh, I
a
didn't start.
The swamp,
I
yeah.
would have healed 1. I would have healed 1. You're
Yep.
right.
And as you can tell by the token, he is played by Peter Cushing, one of my personal favorite Van Helsings.
You got a Van Helsing.
Not the 2 very talkative ones, unfortunately.
I like
Well.
to talk.
He is then going to use an action and a point of metal to use his miracle exorcism on Frankenstein. So I will roll his soul devotion as you were going to be rolling.
I am already frightened, though, so I'm not sure if this would...
I mean, it does damage, and if it does more damage than double your soul, you're instantly killed.
Gotcha. You said soul determination.
Okay.
What's the DN? Or is it just...
4.
4?
And then he is going to spend another point of metal, because he's on holy ground, to double his devotion. So that is...
Oh yeah, that's a lot of dice. I'm dead.
That's 8 points of damage, and what's your soul?
Not anywhere close to that. It's 2.
Okay, so... Gilman, you see Van Helsing step out, and he holds up a silver crucifix and utters a prayer as just a fountain of white light spills out and smashes into Frankenstein and unmakes him as all of his stitches comes out and he collapses into death.
And that light perfectly illuminates this opening in the roof as we see a silhouette in here. The Phantom of the Opera.
All right, so that was 2 points of metal. He will spend 1 point of metal to use his ability Warding Cross. It's an item that he has. Reflects silver blessed light off of it, and it is going to 3 points of damage to Gilman. Ignore armor, no roll, and you are blinded until Van Helsing's next turn. That's his turn.
So he did what?
3 points of damage, and you're blinded until his next turn. It ignores armor.
That's just a thing he can do?
Yeah, it's just a thing he can do.
Okay, we can't do that too many more fucking times. What the fuck? Hey, what's that ability lets me turn the area into a swamp?
That's part of the Necronomicon.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's
That's
part
the
of the Necronomicon,
Necronomicon.
which he
Oh,
has.
yeah. Damn.
But it is now Nefertiti's turn.
All right, she is going to. Man, if she teleports, she leaves all of y'all behind.
You can always
'cause then-
use your metal to wait to basically start with initiative.
you can-
Give us a
What do
chance
you
to
mean?
all gather. So one of the metal abilities is to basically hold your turn, go to at the stop of the turn order.
The start of the turn order, yeah.
So that gives us a chance to all kind of gather up, and then you could just like, let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically spinning the metal to go delay your turn until the start of the turn.
Also, I totally
Yeah,
forgot,
to-
Richard. You could have burned a point of doom to just be mortally wounded instead of.
Nah, I'll just be dead. It seems fitting. I run up there all like badass and ready to fight, and all of a sudden he just waves his hand and I just dissolve.
Hey, it's the power of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, he just waves his hand and all the stitches that are holding Frankenstein together just begin to undo. Like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare
Yep.
Before Christmas. I'm also filled with bugs, but for different reasons.
Yeah. They're software bugs.
So how many spaces are you able to teleport us, or to?
I can
do
only
the
go
whole
2,
beautiful-
and the destination has to have a corpse, graveyard, or an undead in it. So
Okay.
I could basically take us from here in the cul-de-sac up to the Lonely Shack right here.
Mhm.
Then the next round, I could move here and teleport us across to the graveyard.
I don't think
So
we have that
it would
much
take
time.
us. Yeah, it's going to
Although if
take
you move
me
to this
2
one-
rounds to get y'all there. If
you
y'all
move
can
to
go
this one.
faster.
Yeah.
Actually,
I would
yeah.
imagine the flying
If you
bats
go to
would be
this
faster.
one, if you could get into this square and delay your turn,
But it has to have
Or-
it has to have a zombie and or a dead person in the square, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Teleport.
Yep.
Is there's someone dead in here, right? The police officer?
Oh no, you guys moved those bodies to the church.
Okay.
Remember
That's
to
right.
cover it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that the
Yeah, one of them
man
had their
dragged
face
into the
harvested.
swamp.
Yeah, the one he dragged into the swamp, I thought he said he left him down at the bottom.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll say that. Yes.
It's still 3 away because it was.
Yeah,
this
I
one.
can't get there.
well, so if you move here, right,
Yeah.
and
that's-
then
Yeah.
and then use your metal to, you know,
look, we
start at the
aren't all
top of the initiative.
fast. It will take my metal to get there, right?
Need to be in this one to teleport to the middle of the swamp.
It would need to take my move and action to get here. Is that correct?
Although if you were in
Yeah.
this one, this
And
is
then
only
I can
2
use
away
my
from
metal
there.
to get into this swamp.
Correct.
Okay. My skeletons will disappear.
All right. And it is now the night creature's turn.
All right. Would it be so? Move there, and would fast movement allow me to get out here? And would he have any more action, or would that be it?
That'd be it.
That'd be it. Okay.
It's the Achilles heel of the swamp being a difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Dracula can just fly over it.
Yeah, I've got a fast fly. So
Mm-hmm.
zone, 2 zone, and 3 zone, 4 zone.
I would say, for the sake of narrative, you get there just in time to see Frankenstein monster unmade by divine light.
Mm. I do not like what I'm seeing.
Wolfman.
Move here. Well, wait. Let me see.
It's
Oh, yeah.
definitely faster to go around the side than through the center.
Yeah. I was just seeing if there was anything I could charge here, but there's not.
You very effectively killed.
So move there, and then action move here, and then I'll.
Meddled into there.
Yep. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Gilman, you're face to face with Van Helsing.
And I can't see him because I'm blind, remember?
Yes, you can still act. You're just your melee accuracy and defense are decreased by 1 step, but you can otherwise act.
Just barf on him.
Face
Yeah.
to face with Van Helsing. Listen,
Spit at it.
we were here a lot. We were here way before your motherfucking god, Van Helsing. So we're gonna kill you. Gonna charge him.
All right.
I'm actually gonna, if I can, go for the Necronomicon. I want to take it from him.
All right. Sure. That's a disarm. So that would make his defense considered great against this attack. Your melee is 1 lower, so I believe you're looking for 5s then, and you do
All
get
right.
a +1 die for charging.
All right. I'm actually pretty confident in this roll, to be honest. Here we go.
All right. It only with his armor, it only does 1 net point of damage to him, but that is enough to knock the Necronomicon Ex Mortis out of his hand with a blind slash.
Okay, so it knocks it out of his hand, but I don't grab it.
Correct.
Okay, and then I want to use a point of metal to grab it.
Yep, absolutely. It's in your mitts. You fumble around with it, but you get it. I would have normally let you do it as your 1 free action per turn to pick it up, but you are blind. So, and then you run out the door with the book.
Yeah. So let's see.
You can move into. You still have your movement, so you can go into the graveyard zone, but that's all you can do.
Yeah, I can't use the Necronomicon, right?
No,
I
you've
can't
already
use
used
that
all 3
ability.
uses for tonight anyway.
Okay. Did I use 3?
I think we used most of this one on.
We
upgrading
used 2 on the
Frankenstein.
night creature.
And 1 on the vampire.
Oh, okay. All right, then I am. Yeah, I'm taking the Necronomicon.
Okay.
And I can move to the. Where can I move?
Just into the yard of the
Okay.
church. You can't go any farther right now.
Running past the corpse of Frankenstein's monster.
Do we even need to keep track of the zombies right now? They will take an age to get anywhere.
No, just they're gonna stay in the cul-de-sac until they get summoned out.
All right.
They've got a nice meal going on.
Yeah, they're just gonna cinematically just sit there and eat Bill.
All right.
We just cut back to the zombies having a romantic picnic on top of the truck.
There's a string of intestines between their mouths. They're slowly drawing them closer together, Lady the Tramp style.
Van Helsing just screams, "Why is this fish so good at taking people's shit?"
It's a joke, but I'm not going to touch it.
He is going to spend an action and a point of metal to smite. So this will be an opposed his soul devotion versus your soul determination. You'll take damage equal to the difference. Difficulty 4. This is against you, Gilman.
All right.
So that's going to be 6 for him. So it's your soul determination.
I'm sorry. Let me just add the +1 to my health for the last round, and then what do I need to do?
Roll a soul determination, difficulty 4.
Soul determination, difficulty 4. Oh, this is gonna go well.
All right, so you take 5 points of damage, ignoring armor.
Then that would bring ignoring armor. That would bring me to 0.
All right, so you're still fine. You're in the fight. Okay, so that is. So you still have 2 points. Okay. He is then going to spend a point of metal and then a action to throw a vial of holy water into the churchyard here. It acts as a blast 3 weapon against unholy things like you. So you take 3 points of damage. That will mortally wound you with a severity of severe. So that would be a 4-2 on your next death saving throw.
I'm not gonna argue how unholy the Gill Man is. You know,
Listen, I'm God.
maybe by his maybe by his disposition.
Yeah. sure,
He's
let's go.
evil, so he's unholy. Maybe
Well, he's
that
not blessed by
qualifies.
God, so therefore he's not holy. So by proxy, he is unholy.
But that is his turn, Nefertiti, because he can't undo the ritual entirely till he gets the book.
All right, she is
He's
going
not
to
getting this book.
teleport into the front yard. From going there to there.
And you're able
Yep.
to take Wolfman with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you spend a metal
Okay.
to join me. And that's her action. Her medal will be to.
You arrive just in time to see Gilman get pelted by some holy water and go down.
Use some metal to raise up the Bone Thugs in Harmony.
Okay, I'll move him over there. One moment.
Wait, so
You're not dead. You're just mortally wounded, is all I'm saying.
what is what is that?
On your turn, if you're
Combat in this
basically going to,
combat.
you're still in the combat. It's just on your turn, you're going to need to do a death save, essentially. So, Bone Boys are back.
And then
Right.
she's actually going to move
Okay.
right here.
Yep, and you see Van Helsing inside the church. You last saw him 150 years ago when he sealed you into purgatory.
Motherfucker.
You guys have a way bigger grudge with this guy than I do. I'm just gonna leave this to you. You know, I have a grudge in the existential sense, in that he's a human. You guys seem to have a little something more than that. I'm just gonna go into the water and heal for a minute.
He trapped you too.
Night creatures.
All right. Let me see.
So it would take a move and an action to get to the walkway here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Dracula.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm move into this zone and land on top of the church. Don't know quite how much that'll take.
2, 3. Yeah, it would be a movement and a dash, since the top of the church is its own zone.
Then if I got anything left, I'll turn back into proper Dracula.
I'll say sure. What the hell? And then it is Wolfman's turn.
All right, let's do some charging. So charge in.
His defense is good.
My melee is
down the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Wolfman, and fucking Dracula Stormin.
Has he taken a piercing or slashing damage?
He's taken 1 point of slashing damage.
That counts. So my melee is great.
So you are looking for 3s then.
With +2. That's 5 + 2, 7.
7. All right. So he takes 6 points of damage because his armor of 1 mitigates some.
All right, pop out, and then use a metal to charge back in. And still 3, and add
Yeah.
3.
Oh, thanks for that. I missed that.
Yeah, it was muted. I was saying it's kind of an oh well, but
Oh, yeah. It's a one-shot. All right.
So 6, 7, 8.
There'll be another points of 7 damage. He is still not out of toughness.
Okay, and then my move action, I'm going to jump onto the roof.
All right.
Jump up through the hole.
All right. So, first things first. Gilman, you're mortally wounded. So what that means is that you can either burn one of the party's doom to get out of mortally wounded, or you can perform a death test, which is where you roll your highest attribute, which I believe is your body, difficulty 4, and you'll need to get 2 successes. If you do not get 2 successes, you'll remain mortally wounded, and the difficulty or the complexity to go up by 1. So then next turn you'll do a 4-3, and you'll just keep doing that process until it's physically impossible for you to succeed the roll.
Okay.
Use
Listen,
the boom, man.
guys. Yeah, I was gonna. But my argument for the Doom. Okay, I got the Necronomicon. I get in this water. I can heal, and I can move 3 spaces away instantly. Okay, move 2 spaces for movement and move, and then move another one with metal.
I say go for it.
Do it. Use the
All right.
doom. We can't take it with us.
We use the Doom.
Although, would he be able to act even if he fails that?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be stun, so you can either take an action or a movement. And so,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and
All right,
yourself
so I
better.
can take an action or a movement.
if you spend the point of Doom to no longer be mortally wounded, you can just take your turn normally.
Okay, yeah. So I think we're taking the Doom. I'm gonna lower myself into this water, and then I'm going to speed the fuck off. Let me see where I want to go. So that's 1 movement, and then I'll use my action to move. I think this is the same. This is the same space technically.
No, it's a different zone.
Okay, so then I'll move here. I just couldn't tell because this is a bridge.
Yeah.
And what can metal be used for? Is it just?
It's really only for like attacks and skill checks. So you
Okay.
can use it to take another movement. That's about it.
And then I guess I'll use a point of metal to hide in the water.
You can make a difficulty 3 body stealth. It is 3 because of your amphibious trait.
All right. It's a what check?
Body stealth.
Body stealth. Stealth body, and then the DN is 3.
Yep.
3 successes.
Gillian has gone to ground with the book. I say you submerge that book in water. It's
I mean, it's not
Well,
like
it's
it.
the Necronomicon, so
It's
not made of
on
paper.
fucking
It's
flesh.
fine. Anyway,
Yeah, that. I mean, perks of writing it on human flesh, right?
skeletons.
All right. Time to pop some caps.
All right, firing through there. He'll have cover, so his defense is great. So you're looking for 6s.
Right. Never stopped him before.
All right, so that is 2 points of damage, which means he takes 1 through his armor. And then it's his turn. Frankie there. First thing he's going to do, he is going to spend an action to throw another vial of holy water into the yard. So everything in there would take 3 damage. Your swarm takes double damage from blast effects, so that would kill both skeletons out of hand.
Poof.
Hey, he's a monster.
Can't believe I let that stupid fucking fish take the book. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
He will then use his movement to crawl up on the wreckage through the hole in the roof, which Gilman made at the very start of this. So he is now on the roof zone, face to face with Dracula and the Wolfman.
You seem healthy.
Count. I would say for drama, lightning flashes in the background.
If
I
this
knew-
were a TV show, we'd get a little montage of all their previous encounters.
I knew that you and your monstrous ilk would be escaping every 20 years from the prison I put you in. But when I sent you into purgatory, I stepped into it myself. Every time you and yours have been released on Halloween, I have followed you. And while you have been spreading evil, I have been teaching the new monster hunters how to combat that evil. This night, I will destroy the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the final way that you and yours can escape your prison.
How do you plan on doing that? You don't even have it.
I do believe that is for me to know, and you never to find out. He is then going to spend an action to...
You're no bad guy. You would have told us your plan.
Yeah. He is then going to use Smite. Or actually, no, he's just going to use his Warding Cross ability as an action. So, Wolfman, you take 3 points of damage, which will set you to mortally wounded. And you are blinded until Van Helsing's next turn.
What level of mortally wounded?
Severe, the middle one.
Okay.
And he then turns the exact same cross onto Dracula, who suffers the same effect. Which I believe will also mortally wound him because... Oh no, you haven't taken any wounds damage at all. Man, you've barely taken any damage. But you are blinded, and let me double check. Because you
He's
can't
Dracula, bitch.
you can't enter a zone.
Yeah, it
Yes.
says I can't enter.
So yeah, I would say you probably couldn't get within close range of him right now, but you can stay within the zone. So then that would be he's getting an extra point of metal because of Holy Ground. So he still has 2 more points of metal.
How many does he regen a turn then?
What?
I said, how many does he regen a turn then?
Well, he has 3 points of metal normally, and he gets an extra point of metal for being on Holy Ground. So it's 4 total, and I've very specifically been only leaving 1 point of metal. So he only has 1 left this turn.
Okay. Just curious.
Yes. So he can't hit you with any of his super damaging miracles right now. So instead, he will free action get within close range of Wolfman, and he is going to physically strike Wolfman with the Silver Crucifix.
Oh god.
So his melee is average. Your defense should be lower because you charged.
Yep.
So what's your defense?
Defense is poor.
Poor? Okay.
Yeah.
So he is looking for 3s. Now, when I was building Van Helsing, I was very true to the novel in that he is a very intelligent, very powerfully faithed person. Physical combat is not his forte. He has 3 dice with 1 focus. So that is 2 points of damage doubled to 4 just because of silver.
Mhm.
So you are at difficulty 4-3 for your death save now.
Okay.
But that's all it is, and that's all Van Helsing can do this turn. Because he spent every point of metal he had.
That's all. All right, Nefertiti's going to step in.
What?
She's going to raise her skeletons again.
Yep, you can see them. You can see everyone dramatically on the roof of the church.
Yep, and then she's going to fire her arcane bolt.
Spicy. That's 5 points of damage, 4 points armor. It's a very reliable spell. And I believe that's your turn?
Oh, grit.
Metal.
Oh,
No, grit
metal?
was her, metal was her arcane, so never mind.
Yeah. Night creature.
Am I able to move 3 spaces or 2 at fast speed?
At fast speed, you move 2 with your movement, but then if you dash with an action, you can move 4.
Okay.
So he could get up to the top of the church, but he just couldn't attack.
Right. Well, wait, could he charge from here?
Yes, he actually can.
Okay. He'll charge then. And let's see. in a square or in a zone with another monster, so his melee is great.
Mm-hmm. Van Helsing's defense is good, so you're looking at difficulty 5. Wait. No,
Wait.
3. Other way around. Sorry, I got that mixed up. 3.
And 1 extra dice for charging.
Yep.
That will be 2.
2 points of damage. He does.
Well,
take
plus the extra damage because. Oh wait, no, he does have focus. Never mind. 2 points of damage.
1 points of damage, so he takes 1 point because of his armor. You didn't roll any 6s, so there was no rending.
But Primal Terror, he's human, right?
Yep, his defense is lowered by 1. I will take that into account. And it is now Dracula.
So, if you'll recall, I did pick up that gun in the first session.
Yes.
My accuracy is going to be absolute garbage. But I don't know what defines the dice pool on that.
What you can do is here. I forgot to add. I'll just quickly add that to your sheet because I remember what the gun does. So I will go to your weapons. I will add a ranged weapon.
You see, this is what happens when Dracula puts on blackface. He turns the gun sideways, and everything's a kill shot.
There you go, and it does 1 damage. So your dice pool will be 4, and your accuracy is average, but his defense is average right now, so it's 4s.
Yeah, but I'm blinded too, so
Oh, right. So then your
I think
accuracy.
everything went down a step.
Yes. So then your accuracy would be poor, so you're looking for 5s.
Enough talk. Have at the blah blah blah.
So he does take 2 damage from that. I just love the idea that Dracula like holds up his case, hisses, and then lowers it, and there's just a Glock. I've updated with the times, old man.
I've come to cap your ass.
Wolfman.
Is Wolfman blinded too? I'm trying to
Yes.
remember if. Yeah, okay.
You're also gonna do a death save this round if you're
right.
It is 4-3, so no matter what, you are not going to die this round
Okay.
because your highest stat is 4, correct?
Highest status 3.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you fail this, you'll die.
Do we have any more Doom that I could use?
You've got 2 points of doom left.
Any opposition to me staying in the fight?
Seems to be the boss, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'll
go
use the
ahead.
Doom to bounce that stuff out,
All right.
and that
Hey,
removes my mortal wound.
Yeah, you're no longer mortally wounded, so you're no longer stunned, but you're still blinded.
Okay.
Power of darkness.
I gotta say real quick, I was muted when I was gonna say it. All I picture is Dracula pulling out that gun and be like, I came back in the 90s. I saw Die Hard.
It was just duct taped to his back the whole time.
I came back in the 90s. I know how you kids die hard.
So he'll move out and then charge back in.
Look, I'll take off my
I love the idea
shoes. I
that you
step on
jump into the
glass.
tree and then jump back.
Yeah.
Go for it.
What's his? So my
Average right now, and your attack is lowered by 1 level because you are blind.
attack is good.
Yes. So
he
you're
uses the
looking at
limb like
53.
one of them gymnast bars. Just
Going completely on smell, nonetheless.
Yeah. But I do have that ability.
Yep. All right. So that will be
7 total. Because the extra damage from
Oh right. Yeah.
Scent of Blood.
All right. So 0, and he takes 2 wounds. I'm sorry I killed you so quickly, Richard.
It's fine. I just saw that when I was looking up the other day, and I forgot to share it, so I figured I'd share it now because I'm just chilling.
Yep.
I always the first one that dies in Halloween games. What are you talking about?
93.
He's still wounded though.
Okay. And then that'll pop me out for hit and run and then charge back in.
All right. Same thing.
Yep. Just with extra die. So that was DN 3. 3 dice.
Yep.
Okay,
One of
that'll
those-
be
That's 6 damage.
6 successes plus 2 extra damage.
All right, so then that's 3. He's still not mortally wounded.
Not good.
He's a tough codger.
Yep.
Gillman, you heal 3 and you're burrowing down into the muck.
Indeed, a Gilman burrows down into the muck and begins to heal.
All right. Anything else, or just gonna hang loose?
He would
He just
no longer be blinded, right?
Yeah,
then-
he'd no longer be blinded.
remain vigilant, stay in the muck, stay hidden, and hold on to that book.
All right. Oh yeah, sorry, I skipped over the skeletons. Skeletons can open fire if you'd like, Cope.
Fuck his life.
Absolutely. What's he at defense wise?
He is at average.
All right, they're poor, so still a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is that with his penalty? For the
Yeah, that is with his
primal terror?
because it was good before.
Oh, okay.
He's also he's actively using a miracle to boost his defense as well. So
Gotcha.
all right, so that would be another
3 damage.
damage -1. So
Richard, if you'd like, you could control the night creature.
I don't think poor Van Helsing's going to last much longer. The
Ah.
action economy is against
Yeah,
him.
you go ahead. I'm good.
Okay.
It is Van Helsing's turn. Only has 1 point of metal. So he will blast Wolfbang with an exorcism.
Oh.
So you do a soul determination opposed by his soul devotion, difficulty 4. You take an amount of damage. Well, we'll just see what the results are, and then we'll. All right, and then he can turn. Okay, so it's 6. So then that would mean 4 damage total that you take that ignores armor. What is your soul?
2.
Okay, so it is not more than double your soul, so you're not instantly killed.
Yay! Just barely, though.
You are back to being mortally wounded again, maximum
Okay.
severity.
Okay.
But that's unfortunately his turn.
So, mortally wounded and deadly? Alright.
Man, you've been knocking on that door so many times throughout this fight.
Yeah, it started off like, well, I'm on death's door. Let's just fucking...
All right, Neferti.
All right, pew pew from Neferti.
Also, that's blindness wearing off for us, isn't it?
Yes, the blindness is gone.
Yeah, 3 damage.
So, yep, that would be 3 damage.
And she will use a point of metal to cast it again, which
Okay.
will destroy the skeletons. Much better.
All right,
So that'd be 6 damage.
he is mortally wounded with a deadly wound.
Then she will move back.
All right. So, Loki, are you going to kill steal it, or are you going to let Dracula try to have this?
I'll
mean,
let Dracula try.
Or technically speaking, he's actually quite a bit away from being instant killed. So I guess you could try to move him closer to it with a successful attack.
Then yeah, I'll go ahead and take an attack at him. What am I shooting for? My melee is great.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking for 2s.
2. Okay.
Yep. All right. Dracula. You'll need to hit him
my
with
old. Perhaps you should have helped your apprentices. And then, yeah, coming in, since he's no longer brandishing the cross, I'll go ahead and try and fang him.
Yep.
What's his target being? I think I've got good.
Yeah, so you're going to be looking for 2s as well.
Jeez, they put up a fight. Gee.
He one-shot Frankenstein's
Very-
monster. Don't
Right.
get high and mighty here, pal.
the dice had gone slightly differently, he might have taken out 2 or 3 of us.
Yes.
Might have been a cascade.
And
Almost took out Wolfman.
yeah, and then you need to do one more attack to finish him off for good. You have the metal
Okay.
for it.
Some sip.
All right. So as he falls down on the roof, the silver crucifix tumbling out of his hands, the last of his lifeblood bleeding out, he looks up at the surrounding monsters and says, "You have won this night. But with the defenders of the light no longer holding the darkness at bay, there is monsters far worse than you in this modern world. They'll be your problem now." And he dies.
Now that's ominous.
Yeah, he's talking about the healthcare problem.
Does that mean we are the anti-heroes or
For
anti-villains?
the sequel.
You guys do notice that tumbling out of his pocket is a single piece of coal that you recognize from being inside Jack's lantern. And it begins kind of floating up, and it goes back down into the church, where it is placed inside the pumpkin. Jack.
Oh, guys, put it in the toilet.
Holy shit! Wow, that guy came out of nowhere. You lit him up good though. Bad thing about Stitches over there though.
Well, he's still
like-
able to salvage the ritual.
Right?
He's
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to put him back together.
If you could get the book, I can finish this thing up now that no one's trying to murder us.
Let's
Here
call out to Gilman.
comes the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Just holding the book over his head like he's scoring a touchdown. Yeah. So with that ritual, I'll just save all the time. You read out the ritual, and a new body is made for Jack, as vines and blood and viscera form into kind of like a giant Pumpkin King-looking body. And he's able to use his power to sever your guys' connection to Purgatory, allowing you to now reign upon the mortal world unopposed.
Hell yeah.
But are you unopposed? Bum bum bum. End of Halloween one shot. Sorry, that went way
Wait till
longer
next
than I
year to
thought.
find out.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way this is a one-session game, Gamba.
Listen, I don't have a lot of experience with this.
That's not a complaint.
Yeah,
No, I'm fine with it, but like, how late it is, we probably should just do like some like board game night or something for the rest of the night. rather than...
I'm sorry. I thought that would be a lot faster than that.
Do not be sorry, because that was a very
No,
fun
I'm
combat.
fine with it. It's just I think we just need to plan for like our one-shot things technically taking a couple nights when we
Yeah.
do like Halloween stuff. Like I could do
Try
a
and see
Christmas-
if we can do like a back-to-back night.
Yeah, well, when we do Christmas stuff and stuff, that is easier to contain into a one-session thing,
Yeah,
I think. But Halloween, I think we just have too much fun with it, so it winds up going
Yeah.
long.